Hey guys, this is Stu from Stuart Scale Models, and this is going to be my final reveal video for my entry into the Bandai Groupbuild, which actually started back in July of this year, and is basically any Bandai kit, any genre, such as Gundams, ships, you name it, including Star Wars kits, to be built. And it's running until December the 31st, as far as I know. I chose this subject because obviously I've been building up my Star Wars Bandai stash last year, and this was the main excuse for me to getting into this, and I wanted to sample my first Bandai kit because I'd heard so many good things about it. And to be honest with you guys, those good things are true. It is a super kit and they are beautifully engineered. The instructions are very easy and precise to follow, although they are in Chinese, but the way they're illustrated and you follow them through is superb. It really is. They are very well thought out, and I've thoroughly enjoyed the build from start to finish, although it's well, I must admit it's taken me about 2.5 months to get this done, obviously with work, etc. And yeah, the group build I'm taking part, which is the M group build. But guys, I heartily recommend, if you haven't got these in your stash, go out and get one. They are a hell of a lot of fun to build and well worth the money and well worth the wait for getting them imported from China or Japan. It's just a shame they don't sell them over in this country, although that may possibly change, we will see. But for my subject, I decided to go with the AT ST, as it was a very sort of interesting subject. And well, that's the first sci-fi subject I've done in a long time. I mean, I built an old AMT bird of prey for one of my former neighbours years ago, but I thought, well, I need to do something different from armour, and this was the one I went for. But as I say, I'm glad I did, and it is true, these are beautifully built. Everything just falls together. Yeah, admittedly I made a couple of errors, but I soon was able to rectify them with the fact that you didn't have to glue these kits. So, you know, they are a lot of fun to build, and I can't hardly recommend them enough. I really can't, guys. So go out and get one, please do. Not only that, now they're actually bringing a series of models out for the Star Wars film, which is due for release this coming Friday, 16th of December, which of course we all know is Star Wars Rogue One, which is set just before The New Hope. It is a spin-off, although I've decided what I'm going to do this time next year is I am going to build Bandai's Millennium Falcon. That one I've decided I'm also going to light it up, because there is a lighting unit you can get hold of which is specifically designed for the Bandai kit. And I've seen on Trekworks the way some of the sci-fi vehicles have been lit up and done, specifically the Enterprise, because obviously it's 50th anniversary of Star Trek this year. And I thought to myself, well, what better than the Millennium Falcon? And as I said, I've been indicated I'm going to put her in flight mode. And I think it will look very convincing. So come this Friday I should be ordering the unit in, and this time next year should be on the bench being built. So there you go. Anyway, getting back to the matter in hand and the subject in hand, and I know you're all eagerly waiting to see what the end result is, and some people have actually seen some photos on various Facebook pages, on forums I've basically printed on, including Google. But for those who haven't, here she is. This is Bandai's 1/48 AT ST, or Imperial Terrain Transport Walker, or as everybody in the community knows, the Chicken Walker. Here we go, guys. There she is. Look at that. She has come out a treat, and I'm extremely pleased at the end result. Like I said, it is a very, very simple, easy, well engineered build. The detail on these kits is absolutely eye-popping, and the basis for weathering, you've got a lot of potential, as is the case here. Now for this, I basically depicted it as the AT-ST from the scene whereby the Ewoks and Chewbacca cannibalise one and basically take it over to the main powerhouse, which powers in Unit 2, the Death Star, which is up over the over atmosphere, and destroy it in one simple blow. So you couldn't have a Star Wars kit without Chewie being in it anyway. And I must admit he came out rather well as well, but I've left it whereby you can remove him and leave the hatch open, and as you know, I did all the detailed paintwork including the crew and left it inside. Now I was going to show you on camera if we could see it, but I did a previous take, and to be honest with you guys, you can't see anything, but at least you know it's there, and it's done, and it's happy for me. I know it's there, I know it's done, and I'm happy with it. That's the main thing. I did want to make her look a bit weathered, and for this process I basically used what I thought was a dark dirt wash, but it ended up being a black wash, but it was a happy accident because it's given such a good effect for the detail on the kit. But anyway, the actual build itself was extremely simple and easy to follow. It took me virtually about 2 weeks to build it, when I got time, obviously. And then after that, I basically coated it in Steiner Res black, just to give it nice shadow effects, and then went over it with Tamiya's REF medium sea grey, because that was the nearest colour to the one I saw depicted on the movie footage. Stills taken from the film. So I thought, well, that's the nearest guess I'm going to get to the colour of the actual vehicle. And then once that was done, it was just a case of getting it clear coated and then doing the detail paintwork with all the pipes, as you can see under. Well, if I pan in, bear with me a minute, guys. I'm just going to pan in. As you can see here, with the various detailed pipes that are feed pipes on the front here. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see if we can get it in the light a bit more. Hang on. No, it's too much in shadow. But you can see the pipes underneath as well. I did all the detailed paintwork on them. And then after that, it was just a case of doing the weathering. Now I first started off, as you can see here, with the chipping. Now I used AK's rust set and chipping colour for that, just to give that sort of little worn, battered effect, as you can see here. Actually, if we pan back a bit, you can see the kit a bit better. There we go, on top of the actual vehicle itself, you can see. And then the next process after that was to basically use, as I say, MIG's streaking effects. Now what I did here, I just wanted to make it subtle with sort of rain streaks, etc., and a little bit of rust here and there. Because obviously been traipsing through jungles, etc., they get wet, they get worn and streaked, etc. So I did that, and used that with just light brush streaks, and then went over it with a little bit of thinner and lightly doused it with a cotton bud. As you can see on the back of the vehicle, it looks very effective, and also to the sides and also on the side panels here. Was very happy with that, and also then obviously painted Chewie, did him up as well. If I can pan into him, okay, that's as far as it's going to go, fortunately, guys, so bear with me. Did all the detail paintwork, and for the colours I basically used sort of a red brown, to me a red brown, and desert yellow, and a little bit of flesh here for his lips. Went over his belt with a dark brown, and then did the silver for his ammunition packs. After that, it was a case of putting down a dark dirt wash on the vehicle and him, which popped up the detail very nicely. and that was Chewy done basically. Put black wash on him and brought out his nice features and his fur strands, etc., and was very happy with the way he came out. So it does look quite effective actually, as you can see from the stills here, well, the film here. So yeah, very happy indeed. And then obviously finally this afternoon I basically gave everything a good old dull coat, and then just painted the red light on the back here. And that basically, guys, was the actual kit completed. Oh, actually I'll run through one more thing. Down on the base here, as you can see, I did that up as well. Again, put down a base of black Steineros, which you can see on the sides here. Painted in Tamiya's light earth and JA green, just to give the outline of the grass. Then put these little tufts, which I got from a set over in Germany, which came up very effectively with some PVA glue. In fact, it was Scenics, Woodland Scenics PVA glue, slightly watered down. And then went over it with some PVA glue again, and then put on the static grass, which came up very well. Now once I'd done the build on the AT ST, I decided to mount it onto the plinths, but before I did that I used some pigments, which you can see all around the base of the feet here, so it's chucked up a load of earth with the weight of the vehicle, and then just lightly went over the surfaces, as you can see here, with the static grass, as though it's picked the grass up, etc. And it looks very effective. I'm very happy with the way it came out. So that basically was then mounted with the static grass on it, and that was it, job done. The kit was complete. And yeah, I have to say that I'm very happy with this build. I am going to do another Bandai Star Wars kit, but it won't be until possibly the end of next year, because I've got a few more builds lined up after I've done the Groupbuild. Okay, but I shall let you know about those in due course. So I'm just going to pan back so we can see the full depth of the kit. And as I say, guys, I've really enjoyed this kit, and the end result speaks for itself, to be honest with you. And I want to thank all the guys who've given me positive feedback, such as Mike Cohen, Paul Bretland, who else? Warren Blanche, and many others. And I want to thank you guys, and Gil, obviously not forgetting Gil. Yeah, guys, thank you ever so much. I really appreciate your feedback, every one of you in the community. You've been so supportive, and I can't say any more really. That's really the build in a nutshell. And to Papa Dan, I hope you very much like the end result, my friend, as I know you're hosting the group build. And I also dedicate this build to you and your boy, and to all those Star Wars fans out there as well, including my friend Brittany Abinader, because I know she's a big Star Wars fan. So hun, if you are watching this video, I hope you like what you see and you enjoy the film. I know I will be, because I'm going to go and see it Friday week, and I can't wait. Anyway, I think I've gabbled on enough now for nearly 18 minutes, and I don't want to send you guys to sleep. And all I should say is enjoy your builds, keep up the great work, and enjoy the film when it comes out. I certainly will, and I know everybody's vastly looking forward to seeing it. Anyway, that's it from me for now, so until the next time, get kit crazy, happy modelling, and I'll speak to you soon.